Welcome to Wine Chats with Bildo and Lindelin. My name is Billy Milovanovic, aka Bildo.
And my name's Lindsay Kirkwood, also known as Lindelin.
And this is an offensively funny podcast about drinking wine and chatting life. Hope you enjoy.
Toot toot! Vroom vroom!
What are we talking about today, Lenny?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, people. We're just going to be talking about driving in general.
Yes,
Like just
driving
driving.
in general.
There's so many negative things about it.
Do tell, Lindsay.
No, first we're going to tell about Little Ripples. Yes, we already had some. Oopsie. Because it's so delicious.
And it was.
We're drinking Pinot Grigio today, which is, if you don't know, my favorite white wine. Delicious. And Little Ripples do amazing things. So if you buy a bottle of wine, 1 bottle or 10 bottles? One bottle.
It literally says it's on the label.
We've recorded 3 episodes. This is our 4th, so my brain is fried. 1 bottle, 1 person, 1 year of water.
That's actually incredible.
Yeah,
Just
it
like
is.
1 bottle, guys. Just 1 bottle. That's it. You can give a whole person a whole year of water.
When you think of it, actually, very simply, yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Just this
Seriously. Yep.
is
Yep.
1 year of clean drinking water to somebody that otherwise wouldn't have it. Like insane.
Aw, look at us.
I know. And look at our cute little glasses we got from them too.
Love.
So it's kind of a sad day, really, because this is our
is.
last episode with Little Ripple sponsoring.
Maybe they'll come back, but for the meantime, we have loved having them on, and the wines are delicious, and they do good stuff in the world. So check them out, seriously.
Literally, like save someone's world by giving them water.
Yes.
And drinking yummy wine at the same time.
Let's do it. Are you going to
Let's
drink it? Are you going to at least
Look,
pretend?
I never pretend to drink wine. No, I'm
Delicious.
just...
Lindsay said it's a little bit sour for her.
Yeah, and when I drank it before.
I love sour. It's got a little bit of sweetness to me as well, but like not in like a bad way, like a dry sweet. Is that a thing? I don't know.
I don't know. I
Sour
tuned
sweet.
out.
Sweet and sour.
No, sour in a good way. Like,
Yeah.
just, I mean,
Tangy.
which is, this is my turn, Billy.
I can't
Did you ever drink that drink as a kid? Orange drink called Tang?
No.
Was it over here?
But I don't know, but it sounds familiar.
It was so good. It was like orange, like powder.
Sherbet. Oh.
Like, and you added water to it. Tang. Oh my God, my mouth is watering thinking of it.
Oh, we've had our own versions of it, but like
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
know if I've ever heard of the brand Tang.
I
Yeah.
wonder if it's still, Tang, if you're out there, send me some.
Yeah. Me too, please. I'm here too.
Let's talk about driving.
Beep, beep.
Wow.
Let's talk about driving. Look. What should we say? I find it really funny, like the double standard, because I hate people when they drive, but I probably do really dumb stuff on the roads as well. Do you find that?
Oh, absolutely. I've got massive road rage in the sense, like I wouldn't verbally like
Assault someone.
assault someone or with my vehicle be aggressive, but in my car, and my kids laugh all the time because like I am like spewing out shit all the time at the people driving around me. But they would be doing the same to me.
I
sure I'm not a
try
perfect driver.
to be a kind person on the roads.
Yeah.
I do my best. I really do. Obviously, like people doing dumb stuff, like cutting you off and stuff like this, stupid shit like that.
Dumb.
I've also become a little bit kinder, probably to like the older I get, the kinder I get to P platers and to L platers. Like obviously the learners, you always must give them their space, do their thing. But P platers, I feel like I'm starting to come around a little bit.
I don't like them.
I don't like them, but I'm also kind of like, because I'm getting older and I'm getting like more mature. You obviously will never get there. You're so much older than I am, and still no maturity to be seen.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm starting to feel a bit like, listen, just as long as you're not doing anything too dangerous.
But this is the thing. This is why I hate them. L platers, of course,
Yeah.
100%. They have my everything
Yes.
to make their world safer and easier on the roads. P platers, I am sorry, but you guys, like, they are dicks on the road. This is the problem.
Yeah.
Majority of them.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll say a lot of them. This is why I don't like them.
My nephew is a P plater. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Because I have a 20 or soon to be 21-year-old nephew, and maybe I'm just like, I know them a little bit closer now. So I'm like, you know what? You guys are just, your whole vibe is being dickheads. You know what I mean? It's like being dickheads on the road, like it can almost be forgiven if you just know, because they have the P plates on, so you know to give them distance, right? Like you're not going to get up in there and like be in their face because they're stupid and they do stupid stuff. Okay?
But they're in a moving vehicle that can cause damage like kill you.
Yeah, but how often do they cause accidents? I didn't find any stats on this.
Let's just agree to disagree.
But do you know anything for a fact, or are you just making faces?
Oh, you see, like, watch the news. You don't watch the news. When you watch the news and when you see car accidents,
it's always P-platers?
Not always,
No,
but a lot of
yeah.
times a plate is involved. But even if it's not like an actual accident, like when I see people driving silly, like either running a red or not indicating, like all these simple common driving rules, but make a big difference if you don't do it. A lot of times they are P-platers.
Have you
Not
ever?
every time.
Do you get ticketed ever?
Very rarely. I'm such a mum driver now.
Yeah. But when you were younger, because now I'm starting to think back on we didn't have P plates when we first started driving.
Yeah, and I didn't have that system when
you were
in Canada. It's a different system.
Yeah, so we just kind of escaped it. Like I think P plates only started coming in maybe like a year or two after I got my license. So there was a little note on my license that said that I was on my P's or something.
Right.
But
then the public didn't know that.
The public didn't know, so I didn't have to inform anyone. So I was just driving crazy without anybody knowing.
Right.
And I've definitely probably my worst. Oh. Well, because I just did it a few times. Ran red lights. I've had I think 2 or 3 tickets for running a red light, and obviously not
as a young driver.
Oh yes, as a young driver. Yeah. Have you ever crashed your car?
No.
Never.
No.
You've shoplifted, but you've never crashed a car.
Never. Never, knock on wood. No, I've been very lucky. I've ditched my car in Canada on the snow, during the winter.
Right.
So it was like a blizzard and there was black ice and I had to brake. And as a rule, you don't hit your brakes hard at all. You barely even touch your brakes.
Because you're going to slide.
Yeah. And something happened in front of me where I had to slam on my brakes. Anyways, my little Honda Civic went meow over the embankment and I was stuck in the snow.
That's
literally, and I was traumatized by it. There's more to the story, but we don't have time for it.
Canada stories. We need more Canada stories. This is like Lindsay that would do these crazy things, get arrested, get fingerprinted, and get just drive off snowbanks into the air.
Well, I mean, I didn't choose to go wing, but my car chose to do that. And then the only other time I was in an accident was going around a roundabout here when I first
should have gone over it.
Billy does that. Stupid. Don't do it.
It's one of those roundabouts that look like speed bumps. You go over them. You don't have to go around them. I'm just saying.
You don't.
I'm just saying if you went through the speed bump, maybe you wouldn't have crashed.
It was somebody crashed into me. So I was driving. It was when I was driving my first car here. So it was barely even on the roads in Australia. I didn't even know the rules properly, right?
Yes.
So I'm going around the roundabout correctly. And somebody crashes into me. So I thought it was my fault because I was like, oh my God, I did something wrong on the roundabout. And then Cameron is like, no, wait, draw me what happened. So when I was
she had to draw a little,
yeah. And he was on the outer lane turning right, which you can't do on a roundabout. You have to go straight. So he ran into me because I was going straight. And anyways, it's not a driving lesson. So, but I was fine. It was just a little ding, thankfully. But no, other than that, I've never, knock on wood, crashed my car or no.
Obviously I have.
Just
once. I mean, maybe more, but I can't remember. Just one time that I remember that was very significant for me because I got sent out. It was my first day of a job. And it was this lawyer that had asked me to go around because I was working for a lawyer. Okay. And he was like, can you go to this and this place and do something? I don't remember the details, Lindsay. I don't remember the details of what I had to do, but I had to go and visit these places. And I was a new driver. So I would have been maybe 19.
So maybe dropping off documents or something.
I didn't have any documents, but I feel like maybe I was supposed to go in and speak to them or something just to be touch back. I honestly don't remember what he said to me, but he gave me a list of addresses, maybe about 5 of them.
Right.
I had to go and see these people.
Okay.
Anyway, of course I get lost because I don't know what I'm doing. And there were no GPSs back then. There was no phone.
That's my next thing. 100%.
Right?
We'll touch it. That's a whole segment.
No idea. So I panicked because I got lost in this industrial area.
Oh my God, of course.
And so I pull into the one driveway because I'm just looking for a driveway because I need to turn around. Okay, and I'm looking for any place to turn around. And the first place that I see, I drive into, but that driveway, it was industrial, right? So trucks everywhere. The driveway had no, stop, do not enter, no, everywhere, right? And so I'm like, oh my God, I can't be in here. Like, so I panic.
But you just want to turn around. You're not in there for
I know,
very
Lindsay,
long.
but I panicked because there were too many. I didn't drive in. I literally just got onto the driveway.
Exactly.
Right?
So why are you panicking? Just
Panicked.
fucking turn around.
Absolutely panicked. Too many red signs. Okay. Literally too many red flags. And so I panic. And so I look left. There's no one, obviously. I look right. There's no one. So I'm like, okay, sweet. So I pull out.
Yeah.
If I can immediately crash into something.
Oh.
Because what I didn't see was that there was a road coming out from behind me. So there was no left and right, but there was a behind me. And because I didn't see this truck, so this truck was coming out onto just turning right while I was pulling out from the driveway.
Okay.
And he fully just...
But didn't he see you?
He did, but I don't think because it was the back of his truck that clipped me. So he was already out, but so I didn't see him.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So he fully just clipped me. And then you can imagine not only the panic, but like the absolute sheer terror of what my first accident ever.
Yeah.
And this guy was so nice. And he was like, look, this might not even be like an insurance job. Like you might just be able to go fix it because it was just a taillight that got broken. So he goes,
you're lucky.
here's my, like this card of this guy.
Yeah.
Go and have a look at it. Because I mean, his like, my truck it was a giant, one of his giant trucks. Like it would not have even had a scratch on it. So he was like, look, like I'm not going to, like you didn't damage me.
Exactly.
You're the only one who got damaged. So see if you can go and get this fixed or whatever. And anyway, so I go back to the lawyer place.
So you knew how to get back to there?
I knew how to get back. I don't know how I got back there. I was in a trance, obviously. So I go back to my lawyer place and I tell him what happened.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know what he was just like. Well, he denied the whole thing. He was like, I didn't tell you to do that. Like I didn't tell you to go and do that stuff. He fully like lawyered me.
What do you mean?
Well, because I was like, well, I just got into an accident working for you. Like there was some, I don't know, just like, hey, like FYI, this is what's happened. But he wanted to get out of any kind of like responsibility. And so he was like, he fully like denied sending me there at all. And I'm like, why would I even go out there? Like, why would I even bother?
And what are you going to get him for? A taillight? It's
Totally.
not like somebody died. Maybe if you killed someone
No,
accidentally.
but I fully got pulled into this office with his boss and him. And he's just sitting there and he was like, well, no, like I didn't. And so I didn't even say a thing. I just see there. Can you imagine like my young Yugoslav self?
So naive.
Feeling like so naive, but so angry.
Yeah.
And I just sat there and in my head, I was like, karma's going to get you, boy.
So did you continue working for him?
No, that was it. The one day that was it done.
So on your first day, all of that happened. And did you say, I'm not coming back? Or did they say, see ya?
Oh, I think that was a mutual.
Right.
We're
like,
not doing this again.
Yeah. Okay.
I still had the keys to the place. I could have done lots of stuff, but I didn't.
You do?
No, not anymore.
Oh.
No, not anymore.
like,
But I
let's go.
did at the
Get
time.
'em.
Yo, I hardly have the keys to my own house, let alone this fucking place from 20 years ago. My God.
I've never heard this story.
Yeah.
okay.
Awful. Anyway,
So what happened to your taillight?
I had to go get it fixed. So I ended up paying I think maybe $600 to get it fixed. But it didn't go through insurance. So it didn't ever get recorded. But anyway, so yes, I've been in accidents.
Okay. Well, when we come back, let's
Yes.
talk about how bad we are with like finding places.
Oh,
'Cause we're hopeless.
One bottle, one person, 1 year. Lindelin, tell us about our sponsor, Little Ripples.
Billy, I love Little Ripples. They're not just an ordinary wine, they're extraordinary.
They sure are extraordinary because their goal is to provide 5 million people with clean drinking water within 10 years.
Their main goal, Bill, is to facilitate the construction or repair of a water well, and they help maintain it for over 10 years.
And they do this mainly in regions like India and Africa.
I love companies like this. They're making wine to water.
So go try it.
So, Billy, I was just talking the other day about the Revidexes.
Oh, yes.
Back home in Canada,
sorry, Sidebar. I've been watching a lot of the practice lately.
Oh.
Did you and I talk about this recently? Because I feel like I was having the same conversation with someone recently.
Oh, maybe
was it
it
you
was
and me?
with you.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. It was a good chat, wasn't it?
About...
Like if we had to use them, we would have been screwed. No, I don't.
No. I was literally talking to this with a bunch of other friends.
Oh.
Hi, school mums. About Refidexes.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, you hijacked my story.
I just wanted to establish were we having this conversation?
I know, because I was like, I don't think it was with you, but how random. My conversation, which was probably like yours as well, it's like, oh my God, thank God the Revidex days are gone. No, it was with Amy, my other best friend.
Hi, Amy.
True best friend.
Oh.
Exactly. Twist a little bit more. How I would have been, it would not have helped me. I cannot read a map to save my life, and to have to flip through pages to find out where you left off and where you need to go. Like, I just need to plunk it into my phone and have her tell me exactly when to turn, where to turn, what's happening around me, everything.
1,000%. Now, I think if obviously we were still going by the Refidex, I actually wasn't too bad with the Refidex.
Oh, no.
As is evident by my previous story.
Oh,
I mean, I could read it like a thing, right? But like the thing is, like if you're doing like an hour trip, like if you were to drive into the north side, how the fuck am I supposed? You'd have to stop constantly and keep checking the Refidex to make sure you're doing the right thing.
Exactly.
How are you going to remember that?
Well, and people would leave them on their lap, which is dangerous.
Oh, so dangerous.
So you'd flip the pages as you go. Like it would be such a distracting thing. But do you know what is funny? Sorry, and then you say your lovely point. Even though I say I need like my phone to get me there,
you still get lost.
I still get lost
100%.
sometimes.
Remember the time we put in the GPS Brown Street? Like it was like we're going back to Lindsay's house, and so she puts in the address, and it like from where we were, it would have been a good 20-minute drive, and it said 5 minutes, and we were both like, okay, maybe there's some sort of secret shortcut. But we're following it, knowing full well it's taking us to the wrong place,
and we still kept following it.
Wrong suburb completely.
Yeah.
No, why I was talking to my friends about this was because my dad used to be a taxi driver.
Yes, we've talked about this before. Hands down to them.
In New Zealand. So this is back in like between 95 and 2000, right? Obviously GPSs were so far in the future.
Yeah.
Not a thing. He knew every street.
Crazy.
Every suburb. Everything. Like imagine getting into a taxi and being like, hey, take me to Jones Street and whoop whoop. And he would just be like, yeah, okay.
And he would have to know. Not like the cabbies nowadays, which hands down, like it would still be a hard job, but you literally would have to know. You don't plunk it into something that's going to tell you.
Totally.
How did they do it though?
The level of like precision you would have to have and like to remember that stuff. Like you can, I can't retain the information she gives me like 5 minutes ago, literally, like let alone remember how to get places, like craziness. So yes, I'm also very happy the GPSs are a thing on our phones.
For sure. I literally have only the last maybe 2 times I've gone to your place, I didn't put it into my GPS.
That doesn't surprise me though, only because you hardly ever come. I never invite you.
She never invites me. Not because I don't want to go, because she never invites me.
Because I don't want her to go. No, I love you, Lindsay. It just takes a long time to clean my house for Lindsay's, you know. And then even when she arrives, it's like, oh, this is just lived in. This is how we live. It's not. It's been hours of cleaning.
Maybe give yourself 4 hours next time.
And this is why she doesn't get invites to my house.
Can we just talk about like when I came over here?
Yes, please.
Okay, so when I came over to Australia, 2 things. You don't have to do a driving test. If you have a valid...
Interesting.
I think it depends. I think, and it could have changed by now, depending on which country you're coming from and which license you hold, you don't actually have to do a driving test, like a physical driving test. I can't remember what I did, but I literally just went into the transportation office, showed them my Canadian driver's license, and got an Australian one.
Well, just quickly on that, when I was going to Europe...
This is not your story,
years
Billy.
ago. Well, because it's on the licensing thing, I'm trying to support you and say you're right, Bish. Ooh,
always right.
Vibrating.
Oh.
Someone telling us we're famous. I just went into RACQ.
Yes.
And got issued an international driver's license.
Yeah, that's happened. Yeah.
I just put my little sticker. They stuck it in a little foldy thing.
Yeah.
And apparently I was now fit to go and drive in Europe.
100%.
Which is total crock because it's on the other side of the street. You don't have the fucking rules and shit.
Exactly.
What the fuck? They just let you do that.
Well, when I went to Italy, that was the same thing.
Yes.
Like you just go to your travel agent and you...
It doesn't even seem legit. It's not even like, mine was like a piece of cardboard.
Mine, to come here, it was a paper, like passport looking thing, and it was ridiculous. Anyways, back to my story, Billy.
Can we come back to what you were saying before? Because I cut you off really rudely.
How nice of you. So I get my license, and I had only known to drive, now you guys say it differently, but like just like automatic.
Right,
so
yes.
Over here, my darling husband, were we married yet? I don't know. He was still my boyfriend, Cammy.
Hi, Cammy.
He was like, I'll buy you a car for when you come back.
What the fuck, Cameron?
Okay, don't get excited. Love him to bits. But it was odd. I wish I took a photo. I don't know why I didn't. It was like an ice blue Toyota Corolla. God, I've got good reflexes for my age. Jesus, I will hold on to this.
Yes, please.
Like an ice blue 4-door Toyota Corolla, like big boxy thing that had like racing car seats on the seats.
Oh, like those bucket seats?
Not the bucket seats, but it had like the racing seat covers. Sorry.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Zoom.
Oh, yeah. Because when he sent me the photo, I was still at my mom's. So I had to go home for Canada, come back.
Did he not know that you were like things a certain way?
Not at
Was
that
it too
time.
early?
It
Yeah.
was too
Okay. Yeah.
early.
Sure.
Too early. And I was like, oh, cute. He's going to buy me a
He's
car.
buying me a fucking car. Like
It was like $600. So calm down. Just think of what you can get for
my
$600.
LV bag was more expensive than that.
100% with your druggy boyfriend.
My druggy boyfriend bought me a bag.
I know that you
drive.
lost. Anyways, so I get back going, cute. I'm going to have to drive this. But the biggest thing, it was standard. So like manual.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I don't know how to drive manual.
Still?
No, I did. Well,
Yeah,
I had to fucking learn.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm like, babe, I don't know how to drive manual. And the reason why he had to buy me, why he chose to buy me a car is because I had to drive from where we lived probably, I don't know, maybe it was a 15-minute drive to my job.
Right.
So I had to drive. And I'm like, I don't know how to drive.
That would have been a romantic moment, learning how to drive stick with.
No. He was so not patient. I was so like, you're a fucking dickhead. So I think I had like maybe 2 little mini lessons with him.
Oh my God.
I had to just drive down Old Cleveland Road, hope that I just got green lights.
Stop. So you just went anyway.
I had no choice. I got in that motherfucking blue monster of a beast and just hoped to coast, which I didn't. Of course, there was a million red lights from Gumdale to Cleveland. I don't know if you remember. Like, there's so many red lights. And then, so I finally get to work. I remember this was like either my first or second day working there with the car.
Yeah.
And obviously I pull into park. So when it was time to leave, I had to reverse out. Now, I don't know if you, like, do you know how to drive standard?
Yeah, totally, yeah.
So reversing is actually quite tricky to get, like, because you can't go too fast because you're reversing. You're not speeding up.
Yes.
So if you go too slow, you're going to stall it. And the whole, like, getting used to the clutch and reversing.
Yes,
like,
yeah, totally, yeah.
I was mortified. I was working for a motel. The motel owner had to come out. I had to roll down my window because I kept stalling it.
Oh, my God.
All the employees, all the people that were staying there were watching me. And she kept, like, she had to talk me through how to actually reverse. It was mortifying.
That, I cannot imagine doing that.
Mortifying. But I had to learn, and that was the best way to learn. Like, you just fucking get on the road.
I mean, I just learned with my driving instructor.
Cute.
I did. I was very, we had all manual cars at home. So there was never any question about me learning auto or manual. Like, we always drove manuals. So I learned manual first. And I remember the first time I drove an auto car, because there's 3 clutches in a manual.
Yeah.
Clutches? Is that right?
No,
I
three
say
pedals.
that every time.
Oh
I
my
literally call them clutches every time. There's 3 pedals in a, right, I know
One
things.
clutch,
I know things, scientists. There's 3 pedals in a manual car, one of them being the clutch. And so when I got into an auto, you know how with an auto you drive only with your right foot? And with obviously manual, you use your left foot for the clutch.
Very good.
The one clutch.
Yes.
I remember wanting to stop the car with my left foot slammed down. But you don't, it's not like I'm slamming down, I'm just pressing it normally, but because it's a stop, like so I fully went and like doinked into the like
microphone.
Yes, this was the steering wheel. See, the steering wheel.
I get it. Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway, I figured it out very quickly. Like automatic cars are like little fucking stop and goes. They're like little, you know, what are they called? Go-karts. It's fine. It's so easy to drive.
So easy. Look, it was a good lesson.
I just finish my story because you cut me off with your story that you had started to begin with.
I was filling in the awkward silence.
I did not drive in Europe at all.
What?
Flashback to, I think I drove maybe once or twice and I was such a scared driver. I refused to do it. Henry the Asian, love you, babe, drove the entire time in Europe.
Yeah.
I could not think of anything worse. I couldn't be in the middle. I didn't, because you're driving on the wrong side, everything is flipped.
Yes.
So not only driving and actually keeping the car driving
on the road,
but then having to follow the road as well. And like everybody's coming at you and you're just in a weird position. No.
Keep that in mind when I had to not only learn standard by myself, I was on the wrong side of the car, wrong side of the road. Everything on the steering wheel is opposite.
And they just let you do
I know,
this.
Crazy. That is the trick though. And this is what I say to anybody who's learning to drive or having to drive like on the other side of the road. Yeah. Just remember the driver always has to be in the middle because obviously coming from Canada, it's complete opposite.
Yes.
You have to be in the middle of the road.
Yeah, but was I? Not really. No. Obviously. So I had to keep looking at the middle lane. You know how like there's always, like the lines in the middle of the lane? I just was like, okay, if my mirror stays on top of that line, I should be okay. So imagine the stress. Probably Henry's stress as well, watching me drive. Anyway.
I drove in Italy and it was, crazy. Okay. Stats.
Look, I had a few different stats. Hardest place to drive in the world?
Italy.
Brussels. Belgium.
Really? Why? Because they're fast and crazy?
Hardest city to drive in, overall score. Oh, there's some score. Average person spends 236 hours in rush hour a year, with the average speed during this time being 12 kilometers. So I don't know why. Maybe that's why it's...
Not this girl.
Which city has the most traffic in Australia?
I'm going to say Sydney.
Melbourne.
Oh, Melbourne. That was my second guess, yeah.
Losing roughly... Melburnians losing roughly 92 hours per year to peak hour traffic.
Ooh.
Yeah, yuck. Yeah. Be better.
Fix your roads.
Which country has the best drivers in the world? Just give it a
place that don't have drivers. I don't know.
Japan.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah.
Because they ride bikes. Exactly. Because there's barely any drivers.
Because of the high quality of their roads. So they must have like really good, a very safe country to not only drive in, but also be a pedestrian.
Cool. Good.
Yeah. And I'll just leave this one for the last one. Which country has the most drunk driving accidents?
Australia.
South Africa.
Oh.
Highest percentage of drunk driving deaths compared to any other country in the world, with an estimated 58% of road fatalities being attributed to alcohol. So don't drive in South Africa. Definitely don't drive with us.
Ooh.
Definitely don't let me drive in Europe or anywhere on the other side of the road. Do you think, like when you go back to Canada, do you drive?
Yeah.
You're so talented. You are so talented. I can't,
I know.
I can't even.
Like, please get off the couch. You are not worthy.
Thank you for joining us for this latest episode of Wine Chats podcast with Bildo and Lyndon. You can find us on our socials on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and you can listen to us on any favorite podcasting app or watch on YouTube.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, review, comment, send us some love. We absolutely love it.
Chat soon. Come on, Lenny. Chat soon.
Chat soon.
Chat soon.
Chat putting this in.
Come on.
Okay, we'll add in chat soon at the end.
Yeah.
Both of us?
Yeah, go
okay.
on.
Chat soon.